Greetings and salutations, Geo nerds. So what's this totally amazing best town in Australia, in South Australia, got to do with these little buggers that will literally and actually eat you out of house and home, and these amazing things? Hang in there, we'll find out together. Well, today we're going to talk about something awesome that came out of this fantastic town in South Australia. Pro tip, it's Adelaide. And no, it's not the Glenelg tram, although that's pretty awesome. And no, it's not Rundle Mall. Well, that is pretty awesome too, and this amazing statue. And it's not Glenelg, although that is pretty awesome, I'll tell you. It's a good spot there. No, it's not that, and it's not the Glenelg Pier. Well, that's awesome. Looks like a scene from Jaws, so I don't go swimming there. And it's not the State Library of South Australia, or that is amazingly awesome. It is, in fact, the humble but amazing Stobie pole. With a B, not a V. And I promise you, I'll even work some geology into it. So South Australia, because of its geology and its location, really didn't have any tall timber. So they started importing poles from other states which did have tall timber, and they were just destroyed by white ants, just continuously. So in 1924, James Stobie, who you'll hear from in a minute, he invented the Stobie pole. That's not the first place in the world to have a steel power pole with a concrete web, but this one is unique to South Australia, or it was anyway. So it's just two steel I-beams tied together by some tie bolts with a concrete web filled in. And the Adelaide Electric Company still makes them. It's always made them, and it still makes them in Adelaide. They make 20 or 30 a day because they last a very long time. They don't last forever. And there are millions of these things. They have them in South Australia. They have them in the Northern Territory. The Northern Territory ones are slightly different. Don't think they've got the concrete web. I can't be sure. I remember, it's been a while since I've been to Darwin. But here's a little factory where they make them. They knock them out. The boys are there working away out in the heat and the high vis. Good on them. And so yeah, it's he got paid $500 or pounds, it probably would have been then, I would think, for his patent rights. And they own the patent, so it's really cool. But anyway, don't take my word for it. Let's hear from the man himself.
G'day, my name's James Stobie. My friends call me Cyril. I was born in South Australia, and in South Australia we have an abundance of termites with a scarcity of timber. So I invented a power pole that was made out of steel and concrete, and it's now known as the Stobie.
So the awesome Stobie pole. Practically indestructible. Well, maybe. Let's have a look. They're very strong, but they're not exactly indestructible. They last a very long time, and they are very strong when it comes to weather events. And they definitely won't let these little shitheads get into your electrical system and cause you a lot of grief. They'll eat everything else, but they certainly won't touch Stobie poles. And of course, there's another type of shithead that causes damage to Stobie poles. People who drive Ferraris. That really looks like it hurt. But anyway, hopefully they were all right. But, you know, even if you take your mind off the game when you're out sowing a bit of seed, that can get embarrassing. I'd love to see the insurance form. But anyway, there's only one in a paddock of 5,000 acres and he hit it. It's amazing. And of course, the mind boggles. The poor engineer that died, I bet he didn't do the calculations for boat impact. But anyway, Adelaide being Adelaide, very artsy town, and I love it. Of course, they're decorating their Stobie poles. They go out, they plaster them up, and they put ceramics and different paintings and things on them, and it's absolutely fantastic. Now, yeah, they're doing it all over the place. The particular suburb, which the name escapes me, but I saw them everywhere when I was down there a few years ago. Bits and pieces people had tied up, like we do the traffic things around the place now. So I did promise you geology, and I haven't forgotten. So here we are, folks. Now, don't get scared. We're not in Kansas anymore. South Australian geology is not for beginners, or geo nerds. But let me tell you, it's complicated. The yellow stuff is mainly sands and gravels and desertification, or some of it's quite nice. None of it will grow tall timber. None of it. So, yeah, and the bit where people live, which is the bit we're zooming into now, most of South Australia live in this small area. There's some absolutely heaven on a stick land there, don't get me wrong. But as you can see, it's complicated. So, yeah, geology is a major factor. And of course, keep rocking. T-Rock's out.